Okay, I'm live. As usual, I thought of something at the very last minute. So, yeah, sorry I'm a minute late. Shoot me. Okay, let's say hi to everybody. Hi, Missy. Hi, Terry. Hi, Keeks. Um, hey, Dee Dee. Hi, Kat. Hi, April. All right, that goes back a long way. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Don. You finished 99 prompts. Okay, let's get you on the list. I'll just write it on this for now. I'll be getting a lot of those. I added 2 this morning at Dee Dee's. It's Dawn. Okay, got it. I will get you on the list. And yay, you. A lot of people are getting very close. Hi, View. Hey, Bossy Butt. I have not even started, really. Hi, Molly. I'm going to work on it today. You're about 80. Well, call me when you get 90. Hi, CB. I hope it's sunny and warm there today, or warming up anyway. It's not warming up here. Hi, Tina. I think I maybe Inked Pulp. Hi, welcome. I think you're new here, so welcome. Everybody be nice to her, at least today. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Laverne. Yeah, I got my swatch book to show, and I'm just gonna torture you guys and make you look at every page because I love it so much. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Joanne. I was thinking about you this morning because I got into the conspiracy journal and I was looking at those monkeys you sent, and I love them so much. Sunny, still below 32. Yeah, that's kind of how we are. It's 13 here. Don't worry about your Scavvy ink pulp. You've got plenty of time. We've got February and March left to go. Back spasms. Ooh, that sounds icky. Hi, Christina. Hi, Brenda. I put you on the list this morning. You just shoveled 70 feet of snow. Oh. Hi, K-Berg. A lot of people here. I'm going down the list. Chat is flying because I can't even catch up with it. You don't understand the prompt situation. Which prompt situation? Dee Dee's prompts or the Scavvy? Because I'm sure Dee Dee or I, either one, can help you out there. Hi, Angie. Hi, Sherry. You think you're do a conspiracy theory, Molly. You'll never have a bored minute in your life because you'll be checking into this stuff all the time, and then you'll get introduced to some really strange people, and then when you start following them, they bring more strange people, and all of a sudden you're on a whole nother planet, like you're not even on Earth. Well, View, what is it about the prompts that you don't get? Hi, Christina. I think I said hi. Okay, I think I got everybody. All right, right now, before I do anything else, oops, I'm going to put Dawn on the list because my biggest fear is forgetting somebody. So we've got 8 people. It'll be 9 with Dawn. So 9 people finished it in less than a month. So good on you guys. I have barely started. And you don't get extra points for finishing it early, so don't you know? Or is it a book? I'll show you mine real quick. You can do it any way you want. You can do it in a journal. You can do it in a comp book. You can do individual pages. It doesn't matter. You made a chicken conspiracy magazine. That's awesome, Keeks. This is mine for this year. My spirit animal sent me the vintage sweets, and then I create with you guys' help because I'm usually begging for help from you guys. Well, View, you need to I can give you the link Let me get over to Google Docs and we can put that in. It's also in the video of New Year's Eve Streamathon. It's also in the community. Well, actually, go to my community page. It'll be there. Let me go over to Google Docs. We'll just go ahead and put it in the, let's see, Happy New Year 2026. Copy link. Go to chat. Here's the, oops. Oh, come on, stop that. Okay. All right. If you take that link that I just put in, it'll get you to this list of prompts, and there's 100 on it. And you have until April 1st to finish at least 90 of them. Hi, Asa. You have to complete 90 of them by April 1st to be put in the drawing, and that's why people notify me when they're done, is so that April 1st or the stream right after April 1st, I will draw one winner, and I try and give you a nice gift for having participated and hopefully having some fun. And they're all really easy. I can't think of one that you probably couldn't figure out. You know, fib. A fib is a friend in the box. So if nobody has sent you Happy Mail, you're going to have to connect with another fib and say, hey, I need some fib art. And I have sent out a bunch of fib art, and I will do it again if you need it. A tip-in is something that I can't show you. But let's say I just tape this to a page and then it flips out. That would be a tip-in. A rag flag is paper clip with whatever ribbons, twine, whatever you want to put on it. Neurographic art, I don't have an example of that, but I probably will do that one on stream. But I just make my book with elastic binding so that all my signatures will pop out. Look at that. I love that so much. It feels so good. And this would be an example of, for example, a color I don't like. It's not that I don't like pink or that I don't like brown. I don't like pink and brown together, but I did them because I did the quote, girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. And so you just pulled a book. Okay. All right, well, you've got something from Dee Dee. As many as you want per page. In fact, I'd love to figure out a way where I could give bonus points for who can cram the most on a page. I like to put multiples, and I don't know, this one is colors I don't like. Obviously, it fits the theme of vintage candy and treats. Got a quote on it. So on this one, I would say I probably have 3 of the prompts. And my whole book is made of pattern paper, so that's one of the prompts. The pockets in the front of mine were repurposed package. What did we call it? Repurposed packaging or something? Yeah, repurposed packaging. So this was a box that some Sharpies came in, so I repurposed the packaging. This I pulled out of the trash. I was cleaning this weekend, and I think I was just playing with some paint markers when I made this, and then I just threw it away. I thought, what do I need that for? Yeah, it can be cohesive. It doesn't have to be. Decorate a letter is on that page too. Yeah, I guess it could, because I did turn the letter into dripping chocolate. So thanks, Keeks. I can mark another one off. Hi, Kenny. So, and then all the M&Ms that I used, I could count as circles. I made a pocket. So, I mean, with all, I feel like I haven't done anything, but believe it or not, I've already got like 7 or 8 prompts. So, yeah, it's more just to push you to be creative. And this is just junk that I've collected up that I think, oh, look at Postage of the Queen. And this was from Kimberly in my Christmas card. And this is just stuff that I gather up. My favorite candies. I'm not sure that they're Andes, but I bought them for Christmas, so it's probably the only candy packaging I'll have. So, yeah. I do too, Devin. I like cramming stuff on the page. And today I'm going to do the create a postage stamp, but I'm going to create 4, I think. Well, that's what I got prepared for. So anyway, and I have not worked anymore on the passport for Candyland, but I did come up with some ideas. I did this last weekend, and I did the first page, which was Gumdrop Mountain. And I thought I'm going to do like a diary, I think, on this page, on the opposite page, but I'm going to change the layout a little bit. So, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Ellen, as creative as you can get. That is really a good idea. And so the next one will be the Peppermint Forest, Gingerbread Plum Tree. I don't know if you guys can see, but I did just really light sketches. And this is Lollipop Forest, Stuck in Molasses Swamp. I really like him. He's damn cute. Look at him. He's a swamp creature. So all I've got to do is ink him and color him. And this is the Peanut Brittle House. But then I got thinking, because I lay in bed and think, I thought, okay, I'll do these and I'll still put the passport on them. But I think on this side, I'm going to do it like a diary photo gallery or something like that. So, yeah, so this is, it's still sitting here. But the thing that's been, and then the Candy Castle, I'm going to take out of one of the books. So, yeah, I've got something for each of the pages. And so, yeah. That will get done. I'll probably work on this alone, and every week I'll show you a page that, right, Kat? Looks like something Terry had come up with. Exactly. So, yeah, I'll work on that probably by myself, you know, because watching me draw in color is probably not. But what I'm going to do today is probably worse than watching me draw in color. So there you go. And then what else? I'll show you the Happy Mail. Joyce, I think I showed this last week, but I hadn't put it away yet, so I wasn't sure. But she sent me some playing cards that I will find room for in my Scavvy. No Drama Llama, and then the Willy Wonka golden ticket. And I know what I'm going to do with this and the other Wonka stuff. So, again, thank you, Joyce. I have plans for it. I love having this stuff in my stash. And then I got an envelope of stuff from Chicken Pot Pie Society. And she sends me the craziest stuff, you guys. She's in Canada. And she must just sit and collect stuff to send me all the time, which I love. And it's all very fun. But look at this pile of stuff. Here's a little bear giving the monkey a banana. A lot of this will find its way into my Scavvy, whether it solves a prompt or not. I'll have the What the Hell burger with cheese fries, and my wife will have my butt in a sling. Robert and I going out to eat. Has your date of birth changed since your last visit? That'll go in the passport journal. USA, red, white, and blue stars and stripes. God bless America. Yes, indeed. Even if your partner doesn't share your affinity for zombie movies, supporting your interests demonstrates their appreciation of you as a complex person. Duh. Okay, you may choose to add this to your 2025 scavenger hunt themed circus. Oh, I'd have to go back to last year. But it says, ever since I can remember, paintings of children have given me nightmares. Because so many people hate clowns, you know, right? The Lion, the Witch of the Wardrobe. I'm not sure why, but I got it. Here's the Queen. That, of course, would be a self-portrait. I'm Lily. I am the Queen. I like everything. So I'm getting a lot of Queen things. Here's Lily being the Queen again. And this week I watched kind of like a documentary on YouTube of the history of the royal family going back generations. Those people are messed up, Terry. I'm not kidding you. I love the Queen. I love the Queen so much. But man, there have been some real scoundrels in the the Crown on the Lion. You're right. You're exactly right. But yeah, there's some regular scoundrels in that family. I would fit right in with them. Like, I'm sure my icky language or anything wouldn't even bother them. Or the older ones, I don't know about now. Here's little Queen. I love this. This is so cute. I don't know who draws that. Somebody in chat probably will know because that's so stylized. This day with a little crown on it. Proclamation. Whereas the Council of the City of Winnipeg did by resolution appoint Monday, August 22nd, 1901 to be a civic holiday. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Sharp, Mayor of the City of Winnipeg, declare and proclaim that Monday, August 22nd is and the same shall be observed as a civic holiday, and all good citizens are requested to observe the same by suspension of business. God save the King. Yeah, this is all Queen stuff, which is very deserved. That's a good crown. This is just a monkey in a tree. Dee Dee, did you like that monkey I sent you today? Terry, she got one of the monkeys that I sent you too. Look at monkeys and bananas. Look, our legs are getting tired and you're still not out, but Mar's got an idea. Mar's going to beat the hell out of him with a baseball bat. I guess we didn't know the Muffin Man after all. And here's a see-through. Let's see. Daddy. That's what I need to do. I need to mount him and then write Daddy underneath. Daddy. No, really, I do that with Einstein whenever I see a picture of Einstein. Daddy. Lovely monkey. Yeah, and then all the pictures of the Queen. Look at in all her rainbow outfits. I don't know. I still adore the Queen. And I wish she could have lived forever. A queen to remember. I'm going to paste my face right there. She was very ladylike. But after listening about the royal family, I think I could be okay in the royal family. I just have to learn things like how to curtsy, when not to curtsy, when I shouldn't cuss at them. Yeah, stuff like that. Hi, Karen. And this is Queen Dollars, which I wish you'd actually put numbers in there. Barbara, next time, could you like put numbers on there? What if there was another world out there? That needs to go in the conspiracy journal or a flat earth. This comes from the book Willie's Pictures. The book is parodies of famous masterpieces. And she sent it, I'm sure, because of the monkey. Nearly a okay, hang on, let me tear it apart. Nearly a self-portrait. Some of my friends wanted to help. Landscape with onion. Now that's crazy. That's something Terry would do. Landscape with onion. What's that onion doing out there? We followed it for miles before we finally hunted it down. So this is just really fun stuff that I will use as fodder for scavenger, conspiracy journal. Who knows where it'll end up? I do need a whole monkey around journal, don't I, Dee Dee? Because you guys send me a lot of awesome monkey stuff. I mean, awesome monkey stuff. And then with the internet, oh my God, it's endless. It's endless. But I sent Dee Dee because her birthday is coming up here pretty quick on February 4th. I don't know if she's told you when her birthday is, but I know what it is, and it's February 4th. So I sent her a dancing monkey in anticipation of her birthday. Who, you? So, yeah. So let me quickly, before I show you the swatch journal, let's get out the official dictionary of sarcasm that Keeks was so awesome to send me. Everything about it makes me laugh. I have another book called Stupid History or something like that. And sometimes I pick that up and read it because, yeah, it cracks me up too. And I just read a couple of them. Baby, though nothing more than an extremely tiny human, highly adept at eating and defecating, somehow these howling, underdeveloped, and often quite ugly creatures manage to command all the damn attention in the room. Isn't that true? A baby bump, a term frequently used by the media. Oh, I was supposed to go back to here. That's where I ended. Okay, well, here, I'll do these. A term frequently used by the media to describe the gently protruding abdomen of a female celebrity. The implication is, of course, that it is only a bump and that the previously anorexic, bulimic celebrity, who was also kept concentration camp thin by all manner of prescription appetite suppressants, should not be considered fat just yet. Babysitter, a high school girl who has the mysterious ability to make your child, who, whenever you are around, never gives you a moment's peace, somehow sleep soundly for the entire time you are out at the movies, therefore getting paid anywhere from $20 to $50 to essentially sit in your house, watch television until you came home. Now, in my case, I would be like, I didn't get $20 to $50, first of all. But anyway, to essentially sit in your house, watch television, eat your food, go through your cupboards. And if I'd have been half a person at all, I would have left them notes that they could find later. Baby stroller, difficult to distinguish from a small armored vehicle. The modern stroller is apparently designed to make sure your child can survive a sudden and unexpected encounter with a herd of charging wildebeests. Of course, should such thing occur, by the time you unclasp the 9 different clips holding your little one in the stroller seat, disengage the stroller canopy, knock back the stroller umbrella attachment, and unzip the stroller netting, you yourself will be horribly maimed by the unfortunate wildebeest onslaught. But in your own way, you will have protected your child, which ironically was the reason you bought the stroller in the first place. So you guys, this is just fun reading, but I actually should have gone back to here. Okay, advertisement's funny. A medium through which people who truly care about your welfare and not at all about money provide you with helpful, extremely subtle reminders that your bad breath, body odor, cell phone provider, and make of car all have to go. Yeah, they're designed to make you feel so completely inadequate. Go spend your damn money. So we'll read those here and there because I love it and they're funny. And I just knocked my stamp pad off, but I'll get it here in a minute. And then I'm almost done with the swatch journal. And I can't even begin to describe to you how much fun I've had doing this. And while I was getting products out, I was also cleaning and eliminating. So I feel lighter. I haven't noticed bundles of room that I uncovered, but I did get rid of stuff, and so that made me feel good. And hopefully it's going to new homes, and well, it is going to a new home, and hopefully they'll like it and appreciate it. So Let me show you the flow book. Dee Dee sent me the flow book. I don't know, 2 months ago, Dee Dee, a month ago? I don't know. But I know I went completely obsessive compulsive. That's all I can describe myself as the last month, really, since Christmas. So this was Dee Dee. Dee Dee sent me that, and I put that in there. Color in a picture is like enthusiasm in life. I left the front here, the calendar for 2027 intact because that will be useful for me. And this was actually like a planner. I like the cover too, Kenny. I'm not going to alter the cover. Yeah, I will not alter the cover. I'll just know that it's my swatch journal. So, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did go ahead and tab it so that each section has its own little tabby-do up here. So my first section was pens and markers, starting in January, and I tried to match the product I was swatching with whatever was that month's. Yeah, whatever this page was, I tried to kind of use that as my guide for what went in that area. So the first one was pens and markers, ballpoint pens, the Langbo gel pens. And this is obviously different than the rest of it because I just thought I'm not going to sit and do all those squares for all of them. So I just did little squares. Because the ballpoint and gel pens, I use them all the time. Every day I grab for one of them. And then I did fine line markers. So these are all my fine line markers that I have. And I think actually since I finished this, I did give 1 or 2 sets of these away. So yeah. But I also wrote next to the product where I can find it in my house because I keep a lot of stuff here in my room, but then a lot of stuff that I don't use frequently, I keep in the kids' room because I don't keep kids in the kids' room. The Ohuhu dual tip, they look really good on the page, but honestly, I would not recommend these markers. There's so many other good ones. Probably the best ones if you want a set of really good water-based markers, I would say splurge, save up your money, do whatever. First get the Crayola Super Tips, which I have not redone this page yet. And right after that, start saving for the Tombos. Hi, Brenda. Team Tom. Yeah, I'm Team Tombow too. They are the best. I have some that I've had since my mother died. But for everyday use, you cannot beat a Crayola Super Tip. And I still need to do that, Dee Dee. Maybe I'll get that done this week. She sent me a whole new set. And yeah. Hi, Dorothy. Zig are also good. Any Zig product is good. Okay, here we go. We'll just do a disclaimer that any Japanese product is probably good. So that's all my pens and markers. The next section, I wasn't doing fabrics, obviously, but I figured the only way I could get this kind of stuff would be with colored pencils. So the next section was colored pencil. My favorite all-time colored pencil, hands down, don't look back, is Prismacolor Premier. They're just the best. And all this little section here are Prismacolors that I still have that have been discontinued. You can't buy them anymore. You can buy them, but they're going to be on an Etsy or something like that, or on eBay, and you're really going to pay for them. Just saying. But there are people out there who collect them. They love collecting the discontinued. And I would have to say, I did pay a little bit extra for the Deco Blue. I love the Deco Blue. Yeah. Crayola around the world. Love the Crayola. Crayola Twistables, Polychromos, Luminance. And honestly, I've had the Luminance and Polychromo forever. I never use them, hardly ever. I do use the Polychromo sometimes. The Luminance, by the time I got done swatching these, they're thicker or something. And by the time I got done swatching these, my hand hurt. I'm not kidding you. And then this is Crayola crayons. Look at, I have all these little crayons running all over the place. And I think my crayons actually have deteriorated over time. And I'm not going to buy new ones. And then for March, I did alcohol markers, which I've really come to love. Alcohol markers, they're not really good for color books that are two-sided, but for just art, man, they are good. And I'm forever looking at new ones to buy. I'm not going to buy myself new ones. Hi, Nettie. But I'm always looking at them. And if I had to make a recommendation about alcohol markers, buy the fine tip and the brush tip. That chisel tip is useless. You're never going to be doing that big of stuff unless you make posters and stuff. So, and then these are like the pen and gear that you can buy really cheap at Walmart. Yeah, nothing wrong with those. And they have the fine tip, real fine tip, like ultra fine, which I like too and can be very useful. All right. April, I did inks and stains, which you guys haven't seen any of this because this I did this week. And I have a lot of inks because I like fountain pens, I like dip pens, and I've used pens forever, dip pens and fountain pens. So I have probably more inks than most people, except Dee Dee. Dee Dee might have as many. And then I went ahead and included the acrylic inks in here as well, which the only reason I really have the acrylic inks was because they were included in Hobby Lobby's blowout sale for $1.50. And I thought for $1.50, I can have those. But some of the nicest inks you'll ever have are the Bombay India ink. Yeah. So, and of course, Schaefer, they're great for fountain pens. And my friend Amy sent me some inks from Japan, which are the bomb. They are so nice. And then I don't remember which ones I ordered for myself. The Diamine are the ones I ordered for myself from Japan, and they are awesome as well. So I love inks. These are all white inks. Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, it's fun. And then these, Dee Dee had me, okay, I was telling her when I was going to do the inks that I wasn't sure how I was going to do them. And she said, oh, you could you could spray them all and cut out the little squares. And I thought, this woman is out of her mind. She's lost her marbles. I ended up, I did try, and I'll prove it, Dee Dee. Here's one of them where I did do the sprays. And then she said, and then you can use the leftover and doodle on it, which that's why I saved this, because I am going to go ahead and doodle on this. And because it's spray, and this is Dilutions, I'm almost sure. The Dilutions is not permanent. So if I draw on this with white ink, the ink is going to absorb. And I left this out so I could maybe try it before I end today, because the white ink is going to absorb that spray. So I'm going to get really cool colors of ink. So we'll see about that. I love the Eyes ink from Seth After, and I think, I'm not going to try it in here, but if I remember right, when I bought those are permanent when dry. Yeah. So, and then these are all my stamp pads. And I was trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to get the stamp pads? And I started looking in my stamps, and I had this little acrylic that was like a checkerboard. I thought, that'll be perfect. I'll use that. And it worked really good, except that about halfway through, the stamp started falling apart. So I was very lucky to even get this done. And I was surprised at how many stamp pads I didn't have. Thanks, Kenny. Do you remember the Duo Daubers, Dee Dee? I have a few of those left that are still viable, which I couldn't believe. When I found those, I was just like, those can't be still good. And they gotta be, I broke it. I did, Dee Dee. I thought those can't possibly work. Believe it or not, that many of them. I threw a bunch of them away. But yeah, you used to be able to get little daubers that were circles and you could daub it on your stamp, but it was pigment ink, so you didn't have to use it a lot. They're expensive. They're expensive here too, Karen. Just saying. And then my next section is acrylics, which I don't use that many of, and I put that on the wrong page. It belongs on this page, but ignore that. You got rid of the daubers years ago. Well, I didn't realize I still had them either, Dee Dee, but I did. I'm not a huge acrylic person, except that I've started buying these acrylic pens because of Dee Dee, and I do love them. And that piece of art that I threw in the trash was actually acrylic markers. So I think I still need to experiment with the acrylic markers, because whenever you go over, you know, say you're going to do a color book page, you get rid of your line art. So yeah, it's like I'm going to have to figure out how I can really use these to their best advantage. But I love them. I'm not getting rid of them. And you can get the Sharpie ones at Walmart to play with, and they're very cool. But I did I do? No, here's the Sharpie ones. So yeah, but you can get the Sharpie ones at Walmart pretty cheap. So that's all the acrylic I have. And I don't use acrylic paints, but I have them mostly because of my mother. Yeah, this is the craft paint that I have. And I would bet 90% of that at least are left over from when my mother was still alive. I love swatching. Hi, Teresa. And then the next section, which I thought this went perfect with pastels. So this week I have to do pastels because this section is empty, and I don't have very many pastels. I have, I don't even have the complete set of pan pastels, and I'm not going to buy them, but I do have some pan pastels, and then I have some oil pastels and stuff like that. When I get them out, I probably will be so icky and pissed off about them, I'll probably throw them away. And then the last one, the last section, is watercolor and water soluble. And don't judge me, okay? Don't judge. No judging in art. I'm just going to flip through the watercolors because I have a lot of them and I love them. They're versatile. There's just no downside to them. Look at the Kuretake granulating. Aren't those awesomely cool? Thanks, Ellen. I love this book too. And I did go ahead and write down what the binder on all of them is, because sometimes that determines how they're going to work either on top of other products or with other products. I'm not a fan necessarily of watercolors that use honey as a binder. Yeah, they're just slimy and they're hard to work with, but whatever. Most watercolors, their binder is gum arabic. So, and a lot of these were given to me. My niece gave me, she's the one who got me started in watercolor. I had always said, I'm never going to mess with watercolor. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm not going to mess with it. Well, then the next thing you know, she brings me down some Daniel Smith and M. Graham and said, just try them. You'll love them. Now look at me. This is redonkulous. This is all Prima and Jane Davenport. For inexpensive, relatively inexpensive, those are not bad. I would not recommend the Arteza, but they're gum arabic, but mine cracked really badly. And the one set I would recommend, if you only buy one watercolor and you don't want to spend a lot of money, the one thing I would recommend is the Scavvy 100. Those are really good for cheap. They're dirt cheap. So, yeah. So that's all my stuff. And I still have lots of book left. And I've thought of some other ideas. Oh, wait. I wasn't done yet. What am I doing? I'm speeding but yeah. I went into water soluble in August, but I just gave it one tabby. Because Neocolor 2, best water soluble on the planet. Buy that. Don't buy the rest of this crap. And I think I had like the Statler and some of the other ones before, but I did not know that the Neocolor 2s were so, hi Val, were so far superior. I should have just spent the money. And I'm sure I didn't, because it was like, oh man, those are so expensive. Sometimes it's worth saving up your money and buying the more expensive product. Your end product will be better, and your joy using them will be greater, and you'll have less frustration. So save up the money. Honestly, I know a lot of people love Inktense blocks, and these are the Inktense blocks. And looking at them in the swatch, it's just like, what's wrong with those? There's nothing wrong with those. There isn't, except that they're slimy. In my opinion. Now the pencils are good. I have the pencils. Another set I really like is the Derwent Graphitint. But look at the colors are all very muted and earth tones, so you don't have many uses for them. And then this is gouache. And then this was the Magicals. And the Magicals, oh my God. I just like sprinkled some out and then put water in them to paint them on here. But the Magicals really should have a lot more colors, and yeah, but save up and get the good. And that was it. Now all I have to do is pastels, and I don't know what else I'm going to do in here, but I have a couple of ideas. But I'm not going to get obsessive about it again, okay? I'm just not. So, yeah. So, now I will quit torturing you with my swatching until I swatch some more. And then I'll torture you again. And you know what? It won't even bother me. I'm just bad enough to think that you come here to indulge me. You're here just indulging me. That's what this whole thing is about. Indulge Janet. Thanks, Dee Dee. Thanks for the book. And thanks for the idea to turn it into a swatch book, because the layout of the book with the months that had different things laid out in color, it was just so perfect. Hi, Mom Munson. Thank you. Yep, because at the end of the day, it's all about indulging me. Where did my list of prompts go? It's right here. Okay, so today I thought, when I was thinking about what I wanted to do, the first thing I came across was the canceled postage, and I have tons and tons of canceled postage. Oh yeah, I'm not doing those, K-Berg, but thanks for the offer. Anyway, and then I was just reading through, what I wanted to do, and I finally got to create your own postage. And, I've shown you guys the book, or the books. I only have one of them here right now. But the books that we bought after we decided on the vintage candy treats theme, this ephemera book. And I love all the images, but I'm not really certain how I'm going to use them because I'm not Dee Dee. This morning when I was thinking about it, I thought I got to do something with the ephemera books, because I haven't used my ephemera books and I want to. You got that book? Yeah, it's a good book, but I wasn't sure how I was going to use it because I'm not Dee Dee and I don't do a lot of collage. I mean, I can glue stuff down and I'm really happy about that. Here a couple weeks ago, I showed you some Happy Mail I got from Devin with the butts. I have a good plan for these, and I was going to start it this morning at Dee Dee's, but I got sidetracked and never started it. But I have a great plan for that. And papers there about Candyland for the passport on Amazon. Oh, really? See, I didn't even look at that, Ellen. Huh. That book looks like Small Victories Complete. So I thought, okay, how many prompts can I shove onto this page? And I thought a page of pink, because I had a half a sheet left from that other one, because I did do that on stream. The girl one, wherever she is. I haven't put her actually in the book yet. She's just laying around in here. And I thought I could do another pink page to put on the opposite page. So that's kind of my plan right now. And this is all just junk I've collected because I haven't done a little basket yet. I haven't collected that much. It's a dog butt, Dee Dee, but it's the next best thing. So yeah, little butts. So we're going to do a page of pink. And I did the layout so that you guys wouldn't have to watch me do that. And believe it or not, in between Dee Dee's stream and my stream, I fussy cut some stuff. Uh-oh, I'm missing one of them. Where did it go? It couldn't go far. Did it go? Oh, it's on the floor. Good. I was going to say, if I spent time fussy cutting that, I think it's a dog butt. It looks to me to be, you know, like, look. Yeah, that looks like a dog to me. It could be a cat butt. It could be what you want. Use your imagination. But yeah, I went ahead and fussy cut. So you guys, I wouldn't torture you guys more than I was going to already torture you. I thought, how much torture can they take for one day? 45 minutes. Okay, I better get fussy cutting. So you're really going to just watch me glue down stuff. But before I did, I kind of did the layout how I want it to be. Where did this one go? Here. There. And there. So I'm going to make a panel of 4 postage stamps. Could be a pig. It could be a pig, Teresa. Could I, if I put a trunk on it, could I turn it into elephant and then get my elephant prompt on that too? Your freezer just tried to defrost itself? That doesn't sound good, Dorothy. It's so cold right now. If mine went off, I would just open the top and let everything refreeze. I'm not kidding. It's so flippin' cold here. But I'm so thankful because they had amped this storm so much, you guys. It was just wall-to-wall coverage of nothing but prepare, prepare, prepare. And I did. I prepared, you know, as much as you can because you don't know what's going to happen, right? But yeah, they really amped it up. And we had snow, but it was real light, fluffy snow that went on for like a day and a half, maybe a little longer than that. But anyway, and we've got probably between 6 and 8 inches out there right now. But it was just a blanket of snow on everything, and it was so pretty. It was so pretty. And so, yeah, I didn't get too excited. And of course, I went and spent way too much money on junk that we absolutely normally don't eat. But I have to say, I've really, really been enjoying the cinnamon rolls. I bought a package of cinnamon rolls. Oh, they're so good. All right, now I was going to ink the back of this because I'm going to put the white on the pink. It is pretty when it first falls. I got it this morning and I told Dee Dee on the phone, I said, God, I can't believe how much wildlife activity goes on when I go to bed at night. They are out there partying like it's 1999 or something. Like the whole yard is messed up now. I'm wondering, should I just do a pink background or should I do stencil? Let's see if there's any stencil that I would love. Probably stencils that I use the most now are small ones. I have a bunch of big ones, but I don't really use them. These small ones are probably my favorite, and I just tore the bag, so now they're going to be falling everywhere. My bad, man, my bad. Just looking through here. I was thinking maybe some of these smaller ones. That one I made myself. The brick wall I made myself. Now I got to get a new bag to put them in. I ripped it. But I really, really like these little small ones. Let's flip through and see what we've got. I'll put the pink paper down so you can see maybe a little bit better. There's a tree. Don't want that. I don't necessarily want something that's going to distract either. So I'd rather have a solid Celtic knot. Oh, I bought that whole set of them. Okay. Yeah, I don't want those. I think they would be just a distraction. Yeah, no, don't want those for sure. Those dots, I wouldn't mind. I'm thinking I'm just going to go solid. Your ice storm is going to give us some grief tonight and tomorrow, it seems. Oh, really? Eee, that's icky. Yeah, most of the United States actually was impacted. All right, let's see what. Yeah, this is that other set. No, I'm not going to like those. So these are the ones. This is one of my very favorite, just the dot background. I love them too, Dee Dee, but I don't think for this that it's a good option. And see, I had already made one with the dots, but I like the manufactured one better. I use the brick wall a lot. Oh, and I do have one that is, I don't think I want splatters on this though, but that would satisfy one of the prompts. I like the little squares. And then this was, I just cut too. If you have got Yupo paper, you can cut stencils really easily on Yupo, I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah, I don't think any of these, and I don't remember what I used that for, but. All right, I think stencil background will be a distraction. So yeah, we're not gonna do that, I don't think. Because I want the sweet treats to be the most prominent thing, so. Did I say hi, Vale? All right, let's just go ahead and ink this like Denise. And I was hoping this would be darker. You know what I need to do, though? Get some washi tape here. I don't really want it in the... Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't really want it in the borders, I don't think. And this one, I'm not going to go out that far. I'm just going to stay right around the design. So a little bit of white will still show, I think. Because when I cut it, I wonder if I thought that out correctly. Well, who knows? We're going to make it work. I know that. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I put down a new craft mat, which I've had for a long time. It's not the Ranger version. So I probably am going to hate it, to be honest. And I don't want to order anything right now because I don't want delivery drivers to have to be out on the road, so I'm not ordering anything until they get the road. I'm probably sure they've got the roads cleaned off. The road out in front of my house is still snow packed, so I'm not going to order anything until I know that people can get where they need to get safely. That's just, I mean, I am self-indulgent, but I'm not that self-indulgent yet. Maybe as I get older, I will be. Okay. Well, I felt bad because I have a neighbor who is getting some medical tests done, and they scheduled her weeks ago for this morning to go get these tests done. And she isn't used to driving in the snow. And of course, when you get the test, you definitely don't want to blow it off, right? I mean, she's been waiting for these tests, so she's got to go. And here she is writing me saying, I have to drive into town tomorrow. You want me to get your stuff? And it's like, I wanted a Sonic coffee so bad, but I thought, no, I can't ask you to go drive and get me coffee. You know, it's probably not much further than she had to go anyway. But yeah, I felt bad that she had to get out in it because normally she would be like me. No reason to go out in the crappy weather. Just enjoy your nice little day at home. But yeah, because I made sure we had enough of everything that I didn't have to go anywhere until maybe next Friday, this coming Friday, because then I am going to get my coffee. Hi, so much glitter. Yeah, see, DoorDash, are people really ordering DoorDash and making those people go out and drive? I just think that's ridiculous. Of course, they probably need and want the income, so I hate it for them in that regard. But yeah, I think asking people to deliver me my dinner because I can't get off my fat ass and cook, yeah, that's more self-indulgent than even me, I think. All right. And I wanted a little patchy like that, Yeah, I can't imagine asking somebody to deliver me a pizza. They make frozen pizzas, you dorks. You can doctor up and make them as good as Pizza Hut pizza. You can tell my age by what pizza I like. Pizza Hut, it was always the best. Actually, when I grew up outside of Denver in a little town called Lakewood, we had a pizza restaurant, I guess Italian restaurant, called Dino's. And to this day, if you ask anybody from around the neighborhood, the old neighborhood, what's the best pizza you've ever eaten, every one of them would say Dino's Pizza. Absolutely the best pizza on the planet. I don't even know if it's still open. Be a shame if it's not. My brother, there was also a really good Mexican restaurant that we grew up around. My brother went to it the last time, and obviously it's probably not the same people who are running it, but he said their food was just as good, so probably using the same recipes because he said it was delicious. Pizza Hut and their Bucket Club. I'm actually going to make a sourdough pizza. That sounds yummy. So much glitter. I buy the frozen pizza and then doctor it up myself. I don't. My dad used to make homemade pizza from scratch, but not me. I could not beat their crust, frankly. And see, I don't even know if Pizza Hut still has as good of pizzas as they used to. I just don't go in and drive in and get them anymore. All right, one more. So I'm glad you guys are having fun with the Scavvy. A lot of you just zoomed right through it. So that's awesome. That makes me happy. And now that I've got this swatching done, I'll definitely be spending more time. Well, one, doing some of the cleanup and organization that I hadn't been doing. And while I was swatching, I was tearing everything apart, looking for stuff. And yeah, so this week, I think I'm going to spend putting the house back in order a little bit. And then I'll get serious about Scavvy. Because I have some fun ideas if I can carry them out. Wonder. Okay, I think I'm going to do a little bit of this too, up close to where the designs are going to be. This stamp pad is not as juicy as I would like. You didn't mean to finish so fast? Well, you know, you guys, if you want, I can make available, or if you go back in my old videos, I'm sure the links to the old, or the previous, I don't want to say old, but the previous Scavvies are still out there on Google Docs. I haven't deleted them. So if you want another set of prompts, they're out there. You just got to go copy it off and use them. Of course, you won't be eligible for the giveaway because that's already done. But yeah, I would not care one bit if you guys go use the old Google Docs and get the prompts. It's fine with me. And I'm pretty sure they're either going to be on the video of that year's Scavvy launch or just sitting there on my community page because yeah, I know I put them there and I've never deleted them, so they probably still are going to be there. Yeah, this stamp pad. Guess I'll have to order some more when the weather clears up and I can have delivery drivers back over here. Your niece is coming to sort your house with you. That's cool. I thought you guys had been doing that for a while, Dorothy. For the window, I put a sticker of a window and put that on the gratitude page. That's cool, Ellen. I don't know. I could do a whole book of nothing but gratitude, I think. For real. All right. Now I got inky fingers, but that's cool. That'd cool. All right. Let's see. Let's start with the Let's put this and let the flower cover it. You know what? I'm going to try, because I wasn't really careful with my outline of where things were going. See if I can get rid of some of that graphite without undoing a lot of the ink. I swear my robot vacuum must eat more erasures than anything else in the whole house, because I just wipe it on the floor. Okay, cool, Kat. Thank you. Yeah, there's a previous list that Kat was kind enough to go get for you goofs. Be sure and thank Kat. She is honestly the most on it mod ever. I thought Helen was good, but man, Kat makes her look like a freaking slacker, and I don't even want to tell you what she makes me look like. I wanted that a little darker than what I was putting on top of it. I've only done this year's and last, lots yet to do. You know, Joanne, I need to look up and see how many years I've done it. I want to say 6, 7, something like that. That's what I'm going to guess. 6 or 7, maybe. But the older list won't be on there because I didn't know about Google Docs and how easy it was. So I would handwrite them, and you guys could take photos of them or something. All right, I think I wanted this like this up here in the corner, or was it like this? Okay, I think it was like that. But anyway, I got these pink images out of that book that I showed earlier, and I think they're so pretty. I mean, I think it would be fun to attempt to watercolor some of them someday, but they wouldn't be just so perfect like these, you know? It has been many years, Kenny. I'm just not sure exactly how many years, but it has been many, many years. And I never expected it to be so, you know, people to embrace it so much. But, you know, I just started out thinking, well, if it gives them some inspiration, something to do. And it seems like the winter months, they're just so damn long, you know, like by the time you get to end of January, where we're at right now, I'd always been like, I am so over winter, you know, don't know what to do, can't get inspired, pissed off all the time, you know. So I don't know, it just seemed like the Scavvy kind of gave some people something to look forward to, keeps you busy, out of trouble, which for me is a good thing. And yeah. So I'm glad I dumbed into it, because I'm not even sure where the idea came from. Did the whole book on pink paper? Absolutely, Ellen. And that's another thing, you know, like I have a couple people who message me all the time about, is it okay if I do this? Is it okay if I do that? And I don't mind the questions or anything like that. But it's like, one of the things I put in the instructions is, the first thing is, there are no rules. The only rule is have fun. You can interpret the prompts any way you want. Like, rather than spring being the season, somebody in chat earlier said they used it as an actual spring. That to me is brilliant. I love that. So yeah, don't take it all too literal. Just have some fun. Like Kat and Pace and I are going to have when we go to Walmart and put googly eyes and stuff. She needs to get on that mower and get going. She needs to get here. Because not only will we laugh, but the people in Walmart will laugh too, I think, when they buy boxes of cereal with googly eyes on it. It does grow every year, Kat. It really has. I never expected in a million years that so many people would find it fun, useful, inspiring, whatever you find it. I never, ever anticipated that. To me, it was just a way to get through February. Okay, I want the cupcake over there. Okay. Yeah, to get through January and February. That was pretty much my goal. And then by March, people are, you know, the weather's getting better. People are going to be outside more. Don't have to be in the house cutting and pasting. Yeah. So really just a way to get through the icky winter. And we don't even have bad winters down here, but I mean, it's bad enough that you don't really want to be outside. And of course, there's no real yard work or anything to do. So, and I am not a person who will turn on the TV and binge watch or do stuff like that. I'm not. So I'd rather be swatching, gluing. I'd rather be doing something. Tony the Tiger with googly eyes. Yeah, I would put them on bras. I think it would be so much fun to take a giant pack of googly eyes into Walmart, put them on, and then laugh, and then go out in the parking lot and pee. All right, so that's our basic art, which I didn't do anything. All I did was fussy cut. So let's all right. Did I plan that right? All right, that's going to be the edge, so I need to come in a little bit. All right. I'm going to draw the border. Actually behind the images. So, and I've told you guys before, if you don't have a see-through ruler, get one. They will make your life so much better. All right, I think I'll use fine nib pen so I won't have to go over it twice. I'll let you know how I like this new mat. Not sure I'm going to love it, but we'll find out. Do I want? No, let's do the 10. I'll use a 1/10 inch. You're welcome, Christina. Honestly, I'm happy to do it. I really am. I think the only thing I'm going to do different, just because of life circumstances being different, next year, rather than take the midnight slot for the Scavvy, you know, for the New Year's Eve streamathon, I think I'm going to let somebody else take that midnight slot, and I'm going to launch it on my regular stream. Because this year I went ahead and stayed up till midnight, which did not kill me. But just with Robert and stuff now, it will work out better if I do it on my regular stream and let somebody else stay up till midnight. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? What are you guys making fun of me for a ruler again? Here's how I feel about that. Y'all can pound sand. There's nothing better than a good ruler. It's so satisfying to have everything straight. My original measurements were not that great, mind you. You mean you won't have to get up at 4:30 a.m.? Yeah, see, I think I am going to change that just because, yeah, I ended up going to bed, and by the time, you know, you're wound up because you're streaming and stuff like that. And course, Robert had been in bed since 9 o'clock or thereabouts. And so, yeah, I didn't get much sleep that night. And I just thought, you know what? It's time to turn over the New Year's Eve Streamathon reins to somebody else and let poor Terry sleep, because if it's not about me, it is about Terry. So, yeah. So let Terry sleep. And the thing is, you can always go back and watch the recording, you know. But yeah, I'm seriously considering that. And a lot of people have stepped up and started participating in the New Year's Eve Streamathon. So I won't leave Raul hanging in the lurch. But yeah, I think it's time for somebody else to just take that midnight slot and yell cheese. And that will be a requirement. Devin, maybe you want to take it over, because you would get it. And it wouldn't be so late for you. But it's fun to be on at midnight because, of course, they're dropping the ball in New York City. And it's the reason, you know, you're doing it. So not sure hubby would like that, of you being streaming at midnight. Yeah, see, Robert never really cared. But because of the life changes we've had and him needing a little bit more supervision, and I'm not crazy about him being up, when I'm in bed, because who knows what crazy crap he's going to get into. Yeah, I just think the one change I've made that I think has made such a difference in our lives is having a very structured schedule. For eating, for bedtime, for things that he can absolutely count on. That dinner's going to be at a certain time, bedtime's going to be at a certain time. It has made life so much more manageable. And I can't say that I've never been a scheduled person, because when we had the kids, I definitely was. Dinner was at the same time every night. Saturdays were pay the rent day, and I mean pay the rent by get your ass out of bed and do something around this house. But yeah, so I'm just thinking, for overall comfort of life, I think it may be time. All right. Now I'm going to just use that. I'm trying to think because I want the border a little bit darker than that. What'd you do? It took me 500. I started this stream with 300. Are you talking about oh, you got 150 new subbies from the Streamathon. That's awesome, View. Yeah, and it does go faster as you put out more content and people talk more. Yeah, you'll get more. All right, right now I'm thinking about what pen do I want to use. I don't really want to get out the parallel pen, but I'd like to do it all at once. I'm thinking, don't give up on me, man. I'm thinking. And you guys, I hate my new glasses. You're not a pink person. I'm not a pink person either. Yeah, you guys, I'm not loving my my new glasses. I think I said something last week about I was doing something on the couch, and my eyes just kept feeling tired. They were so tired. And while I've been arting lately. I kept feeling that same thing, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to give up and go get my old glasses back and try them. And I have to say, okay, no, that's too wide a rule. Let me see about this one. This one probably will be just perfect. Yeah, that one will be good. So yeah, I'm going to end up taking them back, I think, and maybe they can make an adjustment. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I've never had to return glasses except the ones that were, what do they call it? The transition lenses, where they try and cram your single vision in with your, Dee Dee's got them. My brain could not adjust. But this, I was trying to pay attention so when I do go back, I can tell them what problem I'm having. And it's almost like my eyes are trying to adjust to two different, two different things or something. I don't know. But I have to turn my head to make my right eye adjust better. And it was just like, this is not going to work. Ain't nobody got time for this crap. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going to take him back. And maybe they can just make a different pair, you know. Use the same lenses. I mean, the same frames. I like the frames. But, yeah, there's something with these lenses that either my brain is not working with or something. But, yeah, something's got to get done because I can't wear them right now. So right now I'm wearing my old glasses, which they're fine. I'm not sure that there was anything really wrong with them to begin with. And my eyes didn't change that much. So, yeah, I could never adjust to progressives either, Kenny. My brain was just too stubborn. And I would have kept trying, except that it felt to me like going down the stairs, that the stairs were moving. And it was really difficult for me to read with them. Trying to find that perfect sweet spot where the type was readable. So it was just like, yeah, I'm just taking these back. And they gave me my whole money back on those. But, you know, I don't know if, I suspect what they'll do is send them back and get new lenses put in. And it almost feels, too, like there's a coating or something on them. And it's reflecting back. Like the other day, I was seeing my hair in the edges of my glasses. It was like reflecting back. I thought, well, now that's crazy. Was I that crooked? I guess I was. Oh, well. I'm going to have to make it that crooked. Oh, I hate that. All right, whatever. But yeah, it looked like it was reflecting back into my eyeballs. So where the lenses check for proper RX. See, Debbie, hi, Debbie. Debbie must know something. Not when I went and got them. Because when I got them, all we did was go in, and she handed me a card and said, read the 0.7 or something. I don't know. It was, and I could read that just fine. I mean, it was very clear. But I was looking down, and then she adjusted them for my ears and stuff like that. And of course, I think it's not until you get them home and use them, you know, sit and read in a book for a long time, or I don't use them for TV, so it wasn't that. But I do often art on the couch, or I'm sitting reading while the TV's going. You know, I might be looking up and looking back and looking up and looking back. And And that's when I noticed it the first time, is something about this does not feel comfortable. So, yeah, they're going back. Bummer, because I was really looking forward to getting them. But one good thing, and I'm really happy about this, Robert has loved his. I can't tell you how many times he had mentioned how much he loves his new glasses. I don't know how bad the old ones were, you know. But yeah, he has mentioned it I don't know how many times that, I love these new glasses. So I wonder if I'd let him be blind for like the last year or so. I could, yeah. All right, I'm glad to hear that other people could not get along with the progressives. Yeah, no, I'm going back. No, she didn't check anything other than my ability to read. And I could actually read the one smaller than the one she told me to read, which was 2020. And she said, oh, then they're better than 2020. And, you know, of course, I couldn't really look outside or anything because they're close-up glasses. So, yeah, wouldn't have done me any good. So, does that broken border look weird? Kind of does, but that's all right. You know what I think I'll do? Anyway, so that's where I'm at with that. I'm not sure when I'll get back to Joplin, but we'll deal with it first chance we get. All right, what are the two elements? Denomination and location, I think, are the two elements that must appear on a postage stamp. I looked it up one time. You like the border? Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just go around these little areas. Some of it's going to get cut off, I think, because I think I screwed up my spacing, which doesn't surprise me because I didn't spend a lot of time messing with it. So, my bad. I think we're supposed to stay cold for the whole week, you guys. So, I'll still be bitching about the cold a week from now. And if it does warm up, I'll find something else to bitch about, okay? Maybe by then I will have been able to place an order. I did learn when my neighbor was here the last time that we can get DoorDash out here on Monkey Island, which I can't hardly believe, because we don't get anything out on Monkey Island. We don't even get businesses that will stay open in the winter, you know? You'll complain with me about the cold. Yeah, I'm just not a cold weather person anymore. But I have to say, one thing I love about cold weather, I love sitting underneath a heated blanket. Like in the evening after dinner, I'm so excited to move out in the living room and climb under my electric blanket. It's just like the best thing ever. Okay, so let me look at a United States postage. I think I'll make them all forever. Forever stamps was the best thing the post office ever did, in my opinion. I'm just going to look at, there's two elements that has to appear on every postage stamp. And yeah, it's location and denomination. You'll be in the 80s by the end of the week, so I'll be bitching about the drastic weather change. Okay, as long as we all have something really good to bitch about. Now, I'm good with that. All right, let me find a pen that I like. Do I want a 0.05? 0.07. I don't like that pen because sometimes it bleeds on different kind of paper. Let's see if I can get a 0.5 that I like. You know, the thing I've probably spent more money on than anything else in my entire life, like I'm not even hosing, is black permanent ink markers. I have probably spent more money on them than any other thing I own. And I'll bet Dee Dee would almost probably say the same thing. Oh, maybe the Sharpie pen would be awesome. Let me check that out. Sharpie pen. This probably drives you guys crazy that I have to test stuff like this. Call and check how long you have to return the glasses to have the lenses changed. Okay, that's a good idea, Brenda. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, your heated blanket. Ah, whoever invented those, kudos to your worthless butt, because whatever amount of money you made on them, it wasn't enough. All right, the Sharpie is not bad at all. I like this one better. All right. And I think I'm going to go up one size since I have a lot of white space on here. All right. What was I using 3 or 4? I'm going to use 4. Yep. And whoever asked me about this last week, and I gave you my email, I never got an email from you saying that you would like me to make you one. So I forget who you are. But if you want one, you need to tell me who you are and where to send it. Oops. Right on the floor. That's what I'm talking about. We make you laugh. That's a good thing. Hi, Stamp Girl. Hola. Hola, girl. Let's see. Let's do forever. We'll do forever. I'm kind of trying to balance them, and I probably should have thought of this before I laid stuff out, but I didn't, so now we're dealing with the aftermath. Deal with it. Get over yourself. Hey, Dee Dee, if you want, I'll make you your own postage stamps, and we could save a lot of money. Just an idea. All right, this I'm going to have to write backwards. I'm just going to guess. That's just about an inch, a little over an inch. So I don't have to write backwards, because that's when I'm going to screw up. I know it. Can't fool me. Well, I will say this. Dee Dee and I had obviously attended her streams for a long time. And it was an unusual circumstance that we exchanged phone numbers and began talking. And I have to say, it was an uncomfortable event that got us talking. But I have to say, if I thank God for one thing in my life, it's that kind of icky thing happened so that we would connect and become friends. And Dee Dee knows what I'm talking about, and there's no point in talking about it because it's really old, crappy news. But anyway, so when icky things happen in your life and you're uncomfortable or whatever, you never know the awesome things that can come out at the other end. So, yeah, don't always look at a creepy, icky event as bad, because I got Dee Dee, and I have to say, I love her more than anything, and hugs right back at you, Dee Dee. But I tell you that all the time, so you know that. And I thank God commonly for having Dee Dee, because she does make me laugh too, and she gets it. You know, that's the thing about Dee Dee. She freaking gets it. So many people you can't talk to because they don't get it. Dee Dee gets it. And not only did I get Dee Dee, I got Denise. Now this one should have a USA going across. Maybe I can fit it up here. If it goes into the heart, that's okay. Well, we all got Denise, so that's a good thing. Yeah, it'll go into the heart a little bit. Not horrible. Not horrible at all. Yeah, I mean, we would have just been internet people who passed in the night, you know. But I could say that about a lot of people. I could say the same thing about CB. CB and I went to Australia together with Xandra, and you know, how lucky is that to go on a 3-week trip with somebody you've never met and still kind of like him. Do I still kind of like you, CB, when it's all said and done? It was just a good thing, you know. So yeah. All right, where did I put? There it is. Sassy girlfriends. Yep. And I think I've only ever had one person in my life that I would say I was as close to as I am with Dee Dee, and that was my college roommate. All right, let's see how well I planned this, because right now it's about the same size as that. Oops, yep. All right, now don't freak out. I hope I planned this right. If I didn't, I am so screwed. And now they don't put these edges on the stamps, but I still like them, so I'm going to use them. And I still own them. So these I have not gotten rid of. Let me double check this. My edge is from there to there. I have no clue how many thousands of years I've had these scissors. I don't even think I bought them. I think they were actually my mother's, and after she passed, I kept them. I truly think they were my mother's. I guess I didn't have to do those edges so carefully if I'd have measured it before I did that. Oh, well. You still use your shape scissors? It was this one that if I'd have inked it that I would have had to be so careful with. So, oh, well. Stuff happens. So here's to you, Mom. I used your scissors. Thanks for having stuff nobody but me would want. No, not ink this. Okay. I knew I was going to cut these out, so it didn't really matter to me if ink went out in those margins. It was this one that I didn't want the ink in the margins. And now I've just decided what I'm going to do here. One stamp was not enough, or I had to do. Of course, you need a whole series. What is wrong with you, CB? One is never enough of a good thing, you know? I think this is my black dauber. I don't know. Huh, my hair is everywhere. What was it? This one was going to go up in the upper corner. Okay. All right, don't freak out now. I'm not going to put a lot of ink on it. Oh, but these things will slough off their little styrofoam or whatever it is, foam stuff. So don't do it on top of something you're working on. And the reason I can give you that awesome free advice is because I learned the hard way. Just saying. Some of these I've had for years and years, and they do deteriorate. So, yeah. But I love the finger daubers. They're so useful. But I should just belly up to the bar and buy some new ones. All right, one down, 3 to go, CB. So now I'm really glad that I bought that book. When I ordered it, I thought, well, I'll order it just so I can show people the ephemera that they can use in their Scavvy journals. But when I got it, I actually did like the images. I just couldn't imagine how I would use them because it's so outside of what I normally do. But now that I've created stuff with them, I'm really glad that I ordered the books and will have them. Now, I won't reorder them. There's a coffee one that I like a lot. If I use up some of the images in there, I can see myself reordering that one, but I won't reorder this one. Dee Dee has some awesome ephemera books, though, but I just don't know how I would be using them. And I have to fight with myself every time she shows a new one. You're not buying that. You're not buying that. Same thing with sticker books. It's like, you're not buying that. You are not buying that. Get off Amazon. You cannot have that. The sticker books are so enticing. It's like, oh, I want it so bad. But I've been pretty good lately, very disciplined, because until I use some of this stuff I have around here, I have no business ordering anything from anywhere, ever. So that's That's why I need to use some of it so I can have new stuff. But getting rid of some of that old stuff, the old products that I wasn't using, I have to say that felt really good. And I know when the neighbor picks it up to take it to her kids and grandkids, I think they'll be really happy to get some of it. Now, whether or not they'll enjoy all of it, who knows? But, I mean, I'll make sure she understands that if you guys don't want it, give it to a thrift stop, give it away to somebody else, or put it in the trash. I don't care, because my option was put it in the trash or put it in the trash or give it to you. Okay. Woot woot. Now I almost wish I'd made chili, Dee Dee. That has been in my mind all morning after you mentioned it. Like, why didn't I just go ahead and make the chili? Sounds better to me than roast beef now. You can tell I'm getting hungry. Thinking about feeding my face. And I think my kids are coming. Jamie's coming. Sometime the first part of February. So I will be going back up to Joplin then. So yeah. So that's when I'll take my glasses back. But yeah, I think he postponed because they had both been really sick. And I think they're better now. And they got snow in Colorado too, so. But Colorado doesn't shut down like the rest of the world when there's a little bit of snow on the ground. I know, I made a roast. I should have done the chili too. Wouldn't have killed me to do both. And it's too late. Chili's one of those things you have to make ahead. You can't just make it on the day you want to eat it. Well, you can if you start in the morning, but this will be too late now. Kind of like spaghetti. You got to plan ahead, make spaghetti ahead. It's better after it simmers for a few hours or the following day. But spaghetti actually sounds good too. Maybe I'll make a pot of spaghetti tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to like this page, you guys. I think I might do something else to add some darker pink to that background. I wanted it a little darker than the elements on the stamp, but I didn't have a darker pink stamp pad. Now I'm trying to think, what do I have that I could add? Pan pastels are easy to add later. Of course, colored pencil is always easy to add later. I am catching these little things that I'm brushing off. Colored pencil, yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Dee Dee. Let's just put them on here and see. I think this is the layout that I started with. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do, though, get rid of the center lines, just keep the edges and the bottoms. Here's some food for the robot vac. There you go, Bob. Eat it. I wonder if I want to, these are light enough I could glue them. If I work on cardstock, I normally will not put it down with just a glue stick. I'll get double-sided tape out, but I'm pretty sure this will be light enough. That a glue stick will hold it good enough. And the reason I don't use like Elmer's or tacky glue most of the time is because I don't like the mess and I don't like waiting for it to dry. Because I'm just that difficult to get along with. I think I had it this way. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Night Quick Print with all the colors is over $100 in Canada now. That's still cheaper than buying inkjet ink, Joanne, in my opinion, because used to be with my old, I have an Epson now and I had a Canon, I think. It would cost me $60 for little tiny bottles of that inkjet ink. You use your printer a lot, though, too, Joanne, because you buy a lot of the digi art. So, not surprising that, you know, you would use the ink. I haven't even made a dent in the ink that came with my Echo printer. I have not made even a dent. It tells me all the time, be sure and check your ink levels, be sure and check your ink levels. I haven't used a fraction. You're making peanut olive vodka tonight? What the heck is that? You make noodles with vodka? Damn, girl. I haven't looked at what the ink for mine would be. And it might be a year before I even have to order it. So who knows what'll happen to the price in a year. Well, for somebody who is not crazy about pink, I have gone all in on pink this year, right? To tomato sauce with vodka added. And then I'm sure when you cook it, the alcohol in the vodka disperses. So all you're left with is the flavor. I probably wouldn't like it though, because I don't like the taste of alcohol overall. The only alcohol I like the taste of is Scotch. And I think that's because I acquired the taste from kissing. Well, at the time he was my boyfriend. But I never acquired the taste for bourbon, which Jim would occasionally drink. I thought bourbon was nasty. Get that icky breath away from me. I did not like the smell or taste of bourbon even a little bit. Yeehaw! I like it. Yeah, I'm not crazy about pink either. Let me go ahead and erase those little bit of lines that are left. And I don't even think I'll ink the edges of this. I think I'll just leave it. Let's go ahead and put those 2 pages in the Scavvy, because this plan of mine of opening the book, shoving stuff in and closing it is starting to annoy me. And that's the point at which stuff gets done around here. When it annoys me, it gets done. Dee Dee would have painted 15 discs. Yeah, I like the, I acquired the taste for Scotch. And after you acquire it, you like it. But I would have never have ordered Scotch if the Jim before my husband, Jim, hadn't drank Scotch. I never would have ever ordered a Scotch. Let's get out some double-sided tape, because I've got 2 pages to put in now, so we'll pick a page where they can sit opposite one another in das Buch. Okay, and put the Sharpie back in the Sharpie place. Put that away later. All right, I literally have no pages put in this book yet. That's the first page. That's how I've been doing this. Open the book, shove it in there. It is an acquired taste. I just like Scotch and water, or Scotch with ice. All right, is this? Yeah, this is the first. I'm going to leave the first page blank. I do that, and I'm not even sure why, but let's do it on these 2 pages. Yeah, let's do it on these 2 pages. You know what? I'm going to do it on these. Wait. I like to keep the white pages in case I want to do a double page spread. So I think since I'm going to be covering them, I think I'll do it on these 2. Get rid of the pattern paper. Two pink pages, and then you'll probably never see me use pink again. That's how I roll. This pink is cardstock, and that's why I'm using double-sided tape rather than a glue stick, because it just won't stick as well. So I don't know if that's all in my head. It probably is. You know, I think I get some crazy ideas. I think I'm getting more like my mother every day. She got some crazy-ass ideas as she got older. I might be doing the same thing. Who knows? But I'll be happy when I get an actual couple of pages actually put in the book. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that page of rulers that Denise sent me. These that are plastic. I don't know how I'm going to put those in the book, because I don't really want to just stick it to one of the pages, because it feels so good, and you know, I don't know, it's just so cool. I want to leave it. So I have to figure out how I'm going to affix that into the book. You know what I mean? And these 2 pages, I have to say, are very girly for me. Very, very girly. But this week I'll try and get some of that passport journal art done. And then the swamp creature will make me feel more like my nasty, slimy self. And I'm sure a lot of you probably have like an ATG gun or whatever they were called. I never bought one of those. I don't know why. I always just bought rolls of score tape. This is not score tape. This is a cheaper version of double-sided tape. But I have to say I'm not disappointed in it. And it was kind of a, well, I'll buy it and try it. Probably not going to be as good, and I probably won't like it. Blah, blah, blah. I have to say, I saved some money, and I'm not unhappy. Yeah, the ruler weave is very cool. Could be a big tip in. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, CB, is I'm just going to have to figure out how to tip it in. You know what I mean? Okay. This is the thing about double-sided tape, getting it started. And then positioning it so it goes in straight. Oh, come on. Probably need an X-Acto. A dull X-Acto. Okay, I'll position this side first, because then if I go over, you know, if my piece of art is bigger than the page that I'm affixing it to, I can trim it off of one of the edges and it'll be fine. Know what I mean, jelly bean? I'm just giving myself something to grab onto, so when I stick it down, I know it's straight. I still have some of that plastic ruler stuff left, and I'm not sure how I want to use the rest of it, really. All right. It's starting to act a little crooked here. See, it's sticking out a little bit. I can just trim that off, so that be's cool. Trash on the floor. Hi, Cindy. All right. Girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. Thanks, Kenny. Hi, Artful Esther. I think you're new here, so welcome. These ladies will hopefully treat you nicely. If they don't, tell me, and I'll tell Kat to do something about them. All right. Let's get this other page laid down. Yeah, I don't think I want the edges inked on this. Did I start with the right corner? Yeah, no, I did not. Got to do the inside corner first, so you can trim off the other one. This one I don't have much room to trim, so it better be fairly close to accurate. I don't know why sometimes it's such a pain in the neck and other times it's easy. All right. There we go. Perfect. Now watch, it'll be upside down. If it is, it would still be a prompt because there is an upside down page on the list of prompts. because invariably somebody will screw up. Like you might get that one just by accident, you know? You often watch you, but stay in the balcony. Well, I'm glad you came down to the main floor. All right, there's finally a double-edged, double-sided layout done and done. Yeah, baby. That one doesn't matter, you know, up or down. All right, good. You have two plain white layouts on either side of it. And cardstock invariably will make your pages push out a little bit. You can trim them or you don't have to. In the Scavvy Hunt, I don't worry about it. If this was like another different kind of journal, I'd go ahead and, you know, keep in my head. To leave room for that, you know, and usually it's less than 1/8 of an inch, so it's not like it's a huge deal, right? Did I lose the elastic? What the heck? Ugh, leave it to me, man. I didn't think I pulled it out. Hang on, let me check. I must have pulled the elastic out. Well, that's dumb of me, because now I've lost it. Probably got pushed to the floor. That's my trash. Let me look on the floor real quick. If not, I'll just go cut another one. I don't care. Oops. That's my table squeaking. I don't see it. That is so weird. Glad you ventured down here. Yeah, I'm glad you did too, Esther. I don't think I said hi to Jackie, so hi, Jackie. I don't know where my elastic went. Maybe, you know what? Was it? Maybe it wasn't the first one. No, because there's 3 elastics, and each one has a signature. So this one would have had to have, unless it was this one. All right, we're putting in this one. We don't even care. I can always go get another piece of elastic. See, that one should have gone underneath there. Damn it. Oh, well. I can fix it later. Anyway, will be the double-sided spread for this. And I'm not sure where this will go. No, that wasn't the way it was. Don't know. Not going to worry about it. All right, before I leave, I'm going to, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, but I will definitely be using it in the Scavvy. This is the dilution spray ink that Dee Dee wanted me to cut little boxes out of and then doodle on. Thanks, Terry. Excuse me. Let's see how the Panda Fly ink works with the Dilutions ink. It should absorb this. So let's see. I'll just doodle like I normally do. Outline yep, it's doing exactly what I thought it would do. So this is going to be really cool. I think what I'll probably end up doing with this sheet is one of the prompts on the Scavvy is a continuous line. And I'll pull you guys down so you can actually see what I'm doing. But it is absorbing, and these aren't even, this isn't even an area where it's heavy with ink. But you can see how it is absorbing, or maybe you guys can't. But I think I'm going to use this, and I'm not sure what else I'm going to use on it. I might put some circles or something. I don't know. But I might use it for the continuous line art. Can you see that? What the heck is my camera doing? The camera did not like that at all. You guys can't really see how it's absorbing the ink, but the white is showing up really good. So I'm loving that. And I think it actually absorbs the purple ink better than the blue. Hard to say. But how I'm envisioning that continuous line art, this could end up looking really, really cool. So I think I'm going to do it. Is there anyone that just do the hunt doing their own drawings, no books? I'm not sure I understand that, Cindy. All right. I'll think about it. But I will definitely do something with this, since the Panda Fly are amazing, Christina, right? Like, they're one of the best white pens. I think you can buy them just the white alone, but you can also buy the sets that have the silver and the gold with them. But I have to say, these Panda Flies have definitely not disappointed me. A lot of white pens, I have to say, I've been enormously disappointed. Not these. So I was hoping that the ink would, or the white ink would absorb the color underneath, but still be obvious. And I think it's going to work. Yeah. Robert just came in from outside, and the sun is so bright. His glasses are black because he has the transition lenses. That's fine, honey. Just set it over there. Yours. Did you go down to Nikki's? How's the road?
How's the road?
Yeah. Is it
solid ice?
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They haven't plowed?
Huh?
They haven't plowed.
Don't what?
They have not plowed?
Yeah, they plowed it.
Oh, okay, but it's still icy.
Still icy.
All right.
But I'm talking about getting into our house. Out of where they iced it.
The road, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No, they straightened
it's all okay.
Good.
So it's just our driveway you're talking about. Well, nobody's going to do anything with that, so just cool your jets.
Got what?
I said nobody's going to do anything with that, so cool your jets.
Yeah.
Mother Nature's going to take care of that.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, it will be very cool, Vale. We'll see. Thanks for the link, Kat. You are the best.
That's going away pretty good where the sun's hitting the bear.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. It'll be gone before we know it. I've gotten in set of 3, use the white, neglect the gold and silver. I use the silver quite a bit in the, well, quite a bit. I guess everything's relative, but I used it for the art supplies in the swatch journal, and they work out good. And one thing I like about the silver, and I haven't tried it with the gold, is you can write on top of it very easily. I mean, no mixed media books, just using their own drawings. Oh, yeah, Cindy. Yeah. I have not bought these ephemera books until just recently. I've never owned one. And then that damn Dee Dee goes and starts buying them. And then if Dee Dee has it, I have to have it. Next thing you know, I've got I don't know, I may be up to 7 or 8 of those crazy things now, but no, I've always used my own drawings, um, pictures out of magazines. Yeah, no, you don't have to buy the ephemera books. You're totally iced in northern Louisiana. Oh, Esther. Yeah, so yeah, don't feel compelled that you have to buy stuff. And that was another thing about the scavenger hunt is I never intended for people to have to spend money. I wanted them to use stuff that they had on hand. And so now we've all been peer pressured into being all fancy. But no, you don't have to be all fancy. You can just use your own drawings, find it in a magazine. Yeah. Use your imagination. That's really what it was all about. Use your imagination, come up with, whatever you have and use it because this is just a small, small hunk in time. In June, Scavvy's over, forgotten. See ya. Bye. All right, you guys, that's all I had planned for today. I'm happy with my little pages. And this week, I think I will be working on, yeah, I think I'll be working on the passport. I'll get those drawings done and hopefully colored a little bit. But yeah, thanks, Bossy Butt. Thanks, Dorothy, Terry. I know you guys' time is valuable. So I definitely appreciate you guys spending some of it with me. And what else were you going to do? It's snowy and crappy outside, so you can't go to that. You're stuck with me. All right, you guys. I love you. Be kind. It's hard, but try your best. Love you guys. See you. Bye.